And if I'm sure all of you have received Sarah's beautiful newsletter today, but it's about finding love within. And so please do read it. It's so wise, so truthful, and so very moving. So today, I'll introduce myself. I'm Sue Cooper. I'm the founder of MOM, Moments of Mass Mindfulness. And I'm thrilled to be here and sharing the stage with Sarah McLean, who is the Feasts for the Soul director, and also to introduce to you the meditator lead for tonight, which is Gavin Andrews. Hi, Gavin. And Gavin and I have known each other for a number of years. We've worked in collaboration, and it's been joyful to do so and to continue to do so. Gavin is the managing director of Heartmath UK, and we'll put Heartmath into the chat shortly. And it's the UK and Ireland, and this is about resilience, well-being, and stress management for individuals and for businesses. And Gavin's also co-founder of the Syntropy Partnership, and it's a digital art business creating audio-visual relaxation. And tomorrow at 7 o'clock UK time, there will be a workshop on that, which is extremely exciting. I've watched what this Syntropy art installation with the breath is doing. It's superb. So please join us for that tonight, and Gavin will share a little bit more about this. So without further ado, I'd really like to firstly welcome everybody who's here. And there's a lot of us tonight on this special night, or special morning for you in the Americas, to welcome Gavin Andrews. And I hand the mantle to you, Gavin, to enjoy your heart coherence meditation together. So over to you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much to Sue and to Sarah and to everyone at Feast for the Soul. It's lovely to be spending today with you, whether it's your morning or your afternoon or evening as it's approaching here in the UK. So yes, it's an honor to be with you, especially on Valentine's as well. So I know it's Galentine's, but for any of the guys in the room, then we'll have Broentine's. That's all I can make up on the spot, I'm afraid. If I come up with something better later, I'll let you know. But yeah, so look, it's Valentine's Day, and today, naturally, many people's focus has been on love. Okay, but what is love? So on Valentine's Day, our focus tends to be on the love that's primarily about romance and passion, which is great and it's important. But love's about more than that, isn't it? It's about much more than that, actually. So when they decided to put this meditation together around love, I thought, well, actually, I'll do a bit of research first of all. And on my bookshelf, amongst all of the other books that I've never read, there's one called The Book of Human Emotions. And the author, Tiffany Watts-Smith, who writes beautifully, she writes about love the following. She says, can love really be so capacious and purposeful all at the same time? And can it really be the same emotion behind tickling and flirtations, as well as the cozy comforts of setting up a shared life? Is the feeling we experience towards a loyal friend over the years truly the same as the quiet hum between partners of 5 decades or more? Or the emotion felt for gods or parents or pets? It feels as though we've lost some words on the way. So I just love the way she writes about that. And it's interesting, isn't it, that beneath the short monosyllabic word love, there's something that's very deep and rich and complex. If we wanted to try and simplify it a bit, we could perhaps say that broadly there's kind of 2 main types of love. So there's the love that's kind of strong feelings of desire, which is maybe what Valentine's Day is about for many people. And there's the love of strong feelings of care, which is also what Valentine's Day is about, maybe for people who've been together a bit longer. So we can see actually that love's not just about the desire type. When we have phrases like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, or I love you, but not in that way. So if we reflect on the desire versus the care types of love, we can see that they're quite different actually. The desire type of love is very activating. It's exciting. It's kind of like a hot emotion. It could be relatively short-lived, especially when it's physical. The type of care type of love, though, is different. That's a calming type of love. It's a comforting love. It's warm, safe, secure, and that type of love tends to be more enduring as well. And the physiology behind those two types of love is very different too. So desire activates and excites the sympathetic nervous system, but care brings about the parasympathetic. And actually, it brings into balance the autonomic nervous system, and it leads all of our systems when we feel real care, real compassion. It brings those systems in the brain activity into coherence. So something especially unique about that type of love. We could say that desire is more of a reaction, so it's harder to control. It can carry us away, actually, or we could even do something really impulsive, like marry someone an hour after meeting them. Care's a reaction, yeah. But it's also a choice. So I care for my children. That's a natural reaction that I might have as a father. But I can also choose to care for other people, even strangers. I could choose to feel feelings of care for you, even though we don't have a relationship, we don't have a history, we don't have a shared gene pool, not immediately anyway. So love's actually this multitude of different, often overlapping experiences. And in that way, perhaps it's a bit like a diamond with multiple facets, where each facet's unique, but together it's those facets that make up the whole of the diamond. But when it comes to love, many of us perhaps don't experience the whole. So our view, our experience of love, our focus of love, can be primarily on the love that we experience or that we give to others, whether that be a desire type or a care type. And love for others is, of course, very important. But what about the love for ourselves? So this is echoing really what Sarah was mentioning earlier. So how many of us feel as much love for ourselves as we do for others? And maybe how many of us could hold beliefs that feeling love for ourselves might be somehow selfish or a bit greedy, or heaven forbid, it might lead us into sort of egotistical behaviors or narcissism. Well, self-love, which includes self-care and self-compassion, is very, very important. It's healthy, and it's a very powerful source of happiness and meaning and quality of life. And my perspective is that love is the highest of the human emotions. It's something that originates from and is experienced in the heart. And if we're lucky, we may feel those heartfelt feelings of love for others. Or we might be lucky enough to know that some others feel those heartfelt feelings for us. But if we're not feeling those feelings for ourselves, then something important is perhaps lacking from our hearts and from our lives. So that's the sort of philosophical side of things, but let's leave that behind because I'm much more into the practical than the philosophical, actually. So what we're going to do now is we're going to engage in a meditation together. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the intention, at the very least, to feel love, care and appreciation, compassion for each other. And hopefully we may even actually genuinely feel those feelings as well. But just to put this into context, it is actually the intention that's the most important thing here, whether we feel the feelings deeply and genuinely or not. We want to, that's the most important thing. So we're going to engage in a meditation where we'll feel love, care, appreciation, compassion. We're going to feel that for each other, and we're going to feel it for ourselves as well. And what we'll do is we'll make that much, much easier to achieve by initially putting ourselves into a state of coherence. Okay, so what we'll do is simple Heartmath techniques to get ourselves coherent first of all, and then we'll engage in the feeling side. So please get yourselves nice and comfortable. Settle into your chair or your sofa or your bed or wherever you might be. And the first thing that I'd like you to do is to just shift your attention down into the heart or the chest area. So literally drop your attention, your awareness, your focus down into the heart. And take a few nice, deep, comfortable breaths at your own pace. Okay, so now what I'd like to invite you to do is just to, now your focus is in your heart, imagine that your breath is flowing into and flowing out of your heart or your chest area. So just keep the focus there. Just imagine the breath flowing in, flowing out. Keep the belly nice and relaxed, so you get full range of movement with the diaphragm. So I know the breath can't literally flow into the heart, but it's just imagining it's flowing in and out there, belly nice and relaxed. And we're going to spend a few minutes where I'd like you to just try and get the breath as nice and balanced as possible. So maybe try and start with a pace of about 5 seconds for the in-breath, 5 seconds for the out-breath. But really what's most important is that it's comfortable for you. But we want to set up a nice, smooth rhythm, get the breath nice and smooth and sustained. And as you're breathing, just really focusing on relieving any tension or any jerkiness. And just cycling the breath, flowing in, flowing out. And I'm just going to leave you for a couple of minutes to do that before we move on. Okay, so keep your focus in your heart. Keep the breathing going nicely, deeply, smoothly. And then what I'd like you to do is on your out breath, please radiate out feelings of care, appreciation, compassion, love, something broadly in that space of love and care. On the out breath, radiate those feelings out towards everybody in the Zoom room this evening. And then on your in breath, please breathe those feelings back into and for yourself. So breathe out to everyone in the Zoom room. And on the in-breath, breathe into and for yourself. You're going to do that for just under 5 minutes. And I'll let you know when we're ready to move on. Okay, so keep your focus in your heart, keep the breathing Nice, deep, comfortable, smooth. Now I'd like to invite you to bring your attention, your intention towards those people who are most important to you in your life. And then on your out breath, please breathe the feelings of love, care, appreciation, compassion. Breathe those feelings out to those people who are important to you in your life. And on your in-breath, recognize that they feel those feelings for you. And breathe those feelings back into and for yourself. And again, we'll spend a little under 5 minutes doing that. Enjoy, and I'll let you know when we're ready to move on. Okay, so now that you're deeply connected with your heart, and now that we're all deeply coherent and connected with each other, I'd like to invite you to extend your intention and attention towards all sentient life. So on your out breath, please breathe out those feelings of care, love, compassion to all sentient life everywhere. And knowing that you are a part of the larger whole, breathe those feelings of care, love, compassion back into and for yourself. And again, we'll spend just under 5 minutes doing that. Okay, so now that you're deeply connected to your heart, I'm going to ask you a simple question. So don't rush to answer. Just let the question sit in your heart for a moment and then see what wisdom your heart intelligence provides. So here's the question. What will you do to experience more love, care, and compassion for yourself? What will you do to experience more love, care, and compassion for yourself? Okay, so that brings us to the end of the meditation. One more request, please. If you feel a nudge from your heart to do so, then I'd like to invite you to share a heartfelt message of love and care with others in the chat. So again, don't rush, just sit there in the heart, see what your heart nudges you to share, and then when you feel ready, please just pop a message for others in the chat. So we've got some lovely messages popping in. Sue was very quick, your heart answered very quickly there. So Sue's going to give herself more time to be silent and still. Karen would just love to send love to us all, keep it simple. Sarah, may you awaken to the love that you are. Mary sending love and blessings to all. Bev saying to everyone, love really is all there is. All the rest seems to be all to do about nothing. Be the love that we are. Lois saying, let the love in. It's there. We've got Nancy saying, my heart feels open and full from meditating with you all. It's amazing what group meditation will do, hey? Mary, there's an abundance of love. Love is the universe. It will never run out. Feel free to share. Okay, wonderful. There's some lovely messages there. Thank you. So I think that the plan now is that for those who wish, we could actually do some real sharing. We could speak to each other. So I think that's the plan. Sue, is that right?
Thank you, Gavin. Yes, it is. And I wonder if we could stop the recording now. Thank you so much for that.